All right, I think we can start. Welcome everyone to our UNI office hours, and today we're going to go through a classic session. We're just going to do a teardown of some websites with the idea of the do-it-yourself website makeover. So I'm going to give you some quick tips and ideas on how you can improve your websites, and we're going to do this live by looking at a few websites that you guys have submitted. In the end, I'll share a few links where you guys can submit websites for the next session, and we can work it out what you can do then. So, how can you guys get the most of your website? And this is kind of a simplified version of what you guys should do, what we need to have on a website. So I divided this in 3 things: is how does it look to your customers and to your visitors of your website? What can be done on the website, and what is it telling search engines and the machines that basically crawl the internet looking for information. So starting with the first one, remember that your website is another manifestation of your business and your brand. So you have to make it look good, and you have to make it work. It should be good on mobile devices. It should be fast. It should be well organized, well designed, and you should try to make it a positive experience for your visitors, so that they get engaged. And you should see this as kind of the storefront. If you have a local shop, this is the storefront, right? This is what you put there. This is what you show to everyone that crosses by the street and looks inside. This is what the customers will see. This is what the visitors will see. So this is what we can do. I think someone was asking about getting the slides, but it's just this slide, so nothing major to share. The second thing is what can be done. So you're driving people to your website. You have a website for marketability, for getting something that's your own. So when the visitors get there, we have to do something. They have to have something actionable. So what is it? So are you selling something? Are you pushing to make a purchase? Are you just trying to get some contacts? You want them to just subscribe to a newsletter, call you, request a quote, whatever. You need to have something that's prominently placed and engaging for the customers, engaging for your visitors, and represents what do you want to do. If you're selling, if you're receiving bookings, you want the customers to go there, and that's the first thing that they see, that they understand. That's the action that they should take when they see your website. And then at last is what is the website telling search engines? Like you have Google, Bing, ChatGPT, and all the AI stuff. They don't see the websites as we do. They don't see the colors and the nifty animations. They see the content. They see the structure. So are you using relevant keywords? Is the website well formatted in terms of content? Do you have enough content, enough relevant content on your website? And this is very important to make sure that the website ranks higher on Google and gives it very prominent results on searches. And you want things to be actionable, to look good, and then at last they have to be meaningful and findable by Google. If you want to have an address there or a price that Google can identify this information and see it and then rank it properly on the search results. So after this, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and look at 3 websites, picked at random from your submissions, and then I'm going to go through each one of them and simply just keep some notes and on what can be done, what could be done to make it better, if there's any. And then in the end, we can have a very quick Q&A session if you guys have any questions, just to try to go very straightforward in that. Right? So let me go for the first website. And I picked this website from your submissions. And it's here. It's Grand's Upholstery. And looking at the website, and then on the first perspective, it actually looks quite good. So that first tick box is covered. There's a lot of white space, and there's a lot of of areas it's clean, it's minimalistic. I think that's the idea that the owners wanted to transmit, but there's maybe some information lacking. And if you look at the actions, you see that I think what they mainly want is a CTA. They want to request an estimate, and it's right here at the bottom. So the customers do have to scroll after they see these kind of images of the work that grads have been doing. There's also a little bit of lacking of context in terms of the SEO and the information architectures, as in there could be some text here. What do they do? It's on the about pages, but if you just drop on this website and you don't know, you just find about it, you're not really going to understand what do they do besides the photos. So I think it could be really improved on that. So they have here room for a footer. I would advise them to add it here, have an address with the areas that they cover, have an idea to have some visibility, some opening hours where they can be visited, and put this kind of information that would be understood by Google. It'll be helpful to get people to understand what they are doing and when they do it and where they do it. Because this information is here, it's just scattered across the website. At last, there's a request estimate, and this is quite good because we don't need very advanced functionality, but they're using Typeform to just get all the information that they need, and it's properly integrated, so it looks really nice. So again, UX wise, this is really good. I don't have any major comments here. I would have just get them to add more content and more information about what they do, written content about what they do, where they are, what areas they serve. Maybe they could have a pricing page. They have the about here, they have the studio with the services and the fabric. Maybe a pricing page with some reference pricing could be ideal, so that customers or their visitors would have kind of idea or a rough understanding of the level that they are charging for. And then at last, if the main actual item is to get customers to request an estimate, I would just make this button omnipresent and available on all the pages. I would move this to the top right next to content, where they can see it everywhere. So anyone that visitors would get that button there really spot on and very, very targeted. So, or maybe at the bottom right, whatever is suitable. I think it should be there. At last, just one final tip. I don't know what system they're using. Maybe it's WordPress, but I would add the alt text to the images, as this is very, very important for search engine optimization, because we know these are images, we can visually see what's happening here, but I would just describe on the alt text of the images, and if you're using WordPress or Wix, whatever they allow you to do it, or UNI. So we just say, so this is a red chair that we fitted, we upholstered by whatever, we added this fabric, and describe it, be as descriptive as possible, so that it's then understandable by Google, and when a customer searches for this, these results are relevant there. Just have a look at the mobile view. And on the last session, the participants asked how to get this mobile view. So if you guys are using Chrome or Safari, you can just right-click, inspect, and then it opens its view. It has all the code in here, and maybe it's confusing, but you'll see this button here that switches between the mobile view and the desktop view. So if you guys want to test this out, just come here and you can see it. And again, UX-wise, this looks very, very clean and very, very nice. I think that it showcases the work that's done by these grants. But if they want to get more customers, if they want to sell this, they need to put they get the request and estimate, put the button here, put this actual stuff right on the website on all the pages that they have. All right. Let's move on to the second website. Let me just close this bit. And we have here Melek's Orchard. So this seems to be an orchard that sells fruits and allows visitors to go there and actually do their own pickup and get their own fruits. First of all, these photos look great and really appetizing. Really in the mood for some strawberries now or some blueberries. But as you can see, this UX wise, this is really not readable. You can get this white over the green or this blue over the green, then the link is gray. So this really isn't readable. So I think this could be improved in that regard. You have the information here. I see that you're trying to put the photos, make them look great, and then to convince your customers that this is good. But the text needs to take you need to take a spin on the text because this isn't really readable. And the second thing is, if you're looking again at the actionability, it's always the same, right? You want to get people to go to Facebook for Instagram, or Instagram for updates, or to contact you guys. And this is basically replicated the same thing. So this isn't the best format to get that going. So why would you maybe just want to put, again, the contact us on the top right, on all the pages, or as a footer here, so the customer just click there and always see this information. Likewise, a website gives you credibility, gives your brand more professionalism and ownership. So if the point is you're just getting customers to go to Facebook, then it's a mixed bag. And I don't want we can open the Facebook page. No, I don't want to connect. You have a lot of information here on the Facebook page, but you're also pushing them to the website. But then when they go to the website, what you're doing them again is telling them to go to the Facebook page. We kind of get here around in circles. I think if you want to use Facebook in here, if you want to push them to Facebook for these updates, you either find a solution for your website that's easy to update and has all the information there, or you integrate Facebook directly on the website. If this seems to be a WordPress website, so you can just include your Facebook feed on the homepage of your website with the plugin, which would do wonders. And basically, you wouldn't have to repeat this information and put these dates and this push to go to Facebook again on your website, and the website would be a much better complement to your brand. And then at last, in terms of SEO, and again, what do the computers see? What do the search engines see on the website? I think this can also be very improved, especially in terms of where you guys operate, where are you opened? Like we know that if you go to the About Us page, it's here, just there's an address here, or on the context page, there's an address, there's a phone number, but maybe this should be a footer on all the pages. Maybe the opening hour should be a footer on all the pages, and you can build something that's small and tidy, and it's on every pages, that then would make it much more easier to track on Google. And then again, as I said on the previous website, just add some alt text to the images, just to describe you're seeing an ambrosia apple, Fuji apple, that kind of stuff, to basically build this network of information between the images and the content that's on your website. And then I think that's it, kind of the top things. So review the colors, review the image that we have here. Maybe you can have a gallery so that the images look good. If you just have this text once, you don't have to repeat the text and the actionability over and over again. That doesn't become a little bit cumbersome and confusing. And let's just go and see the mobile view. Well, yeah, it looks good, but it's simple. Again, the actionable stuff is a little bit missing, and yeah, same thing. This isn't really working out in terms of color. That if you're on a no mobile phone with the bad screen, this is just not going to look very exciting. And you can see in this particular case, you're not even seeing the strawberries, you're just seeing, leaves. So also try and to find images that are properly sized for both desktop and mobile, or else you're just going to miss the point entirely. Now, as we start on time, let's move on to another website for another quick review. And this is, let's turn off the mobile view, cybersecurity. So I think this one has a lot of content and a lot of stuff. So but looking at it, is this a service that's selling something? Because we just see, learn more about this. There's no selling point, right? It's not clear what is the action that the visitor should take. They can learn a lot about what these guys do. They can, try and see what's compliance, how it is important for my business, for my industry. But what are you trying to achieve? If you're trying to, get customers to call you or get customers to see your prices, that should be much more prominent on the homepage. That should be much more actionable and available here. There's good stuff here. So there's a pricing page that has a clear structure in terms of prices. I would make the prices a little bit maybe bigger so it's clear and easier to understand. But this structure, this is how it should look like. So as we are discussing for the grants upholstery or even for the mail export chart, having a pricing page that you just list out all the different things that you see that you do. Will do wonders, because it makes it easy to understand what's the different things that you offer. If you have different price points, what matters and why you have this and what's relevant for each price point. And then in this case, I think the only thing that I would say really is about the call to actions that make them a little bit more clear. If you're planning to sell, if you want to make money, then that should be the main use case here, not just the content. And then the final note I have on this, and there's a lot of content here, a lot of SEO work to be done. So I think it's good on that regard. Maybe it needs some better information architecture, some better structuring. In terms of maybe just want to create a knowledge-based page where you list all of these different things, or maybe you just want to put this stuff on a different format, everything that you do, everything that you cover in a different format, so that is easier to access instead of being dumped on all these different pages. I think that will do wonders. Likewise, a search box at the top, because if you're sharing the knowledge, it should be easily searched, and that will give you customers who actually search for things. They could go there, and at the end you could have the upselling and the call us or see our pricings, request a code, whatever you want, whatever's the CTA, you can put it there. And then at last, in terms of UX and what your customers see, this isn't bad. I think it just needs some consistency in terms of what we have. If you look at the different pages, you have an animation here, you have a meme here, you have a video here with some different styling, you have this kind of the chart that's building. So there's a lot of there's too much, right? There's too many things going on at the same time in the page. So I think some consistency would do wonders. Well, this is again an entirely different format, entirely different fonts. So it's nice, it's understandable, but I think it needs some tweaks to make it much more polished and appealing to your visitors. And yeah, I think that's it. Let's just see the mobile view. And let's go to the home page. This actually looks quite nice. So on mobile, it actually looks better. So you have the call to actions at the bottom, so right where they should be. So this is a good example, right where your thumbs are when you're picking up the phone. You have the email, the call, and the hours view. So this is actually very, very good. And this again for grants upholstery, or for Alex Orchard, you can adopt a similar strategy. Just make it very easy to click up and call them or email this customer. And again, on the menu, there's the call us button, which is much more visible on mobile as it should. It is on the desktop. You can see here there's some issues with the text because it's not properly spaced, so it's not really readable. This individual and families breaks down into 2 lines where it becomes weird. So I think that can be reviewed. But other than that, it's a very, very good menu. And then I assume these are images, right? So as they are images, they have a very small size. So if you're on your phone, I'm not really sure if this is readable. So maybe convert the text from these images into real text on the page, and then it will be much more better organized. All right. 3 websites done. Just a quick recap. And don't forget about this. It's good that your websites look nice and that they have a proper user experience, so that they delight your visitors. It's like the storefront of your local shop. So it should look nice. It should make your business proud. It's also important that you have a clear call to action, something to do, something to make it clear that this is what you're doing, this is what you're selling, this is the service that you're offering. And then adding a lot of content, like written content, text content, keywords. Make sure that you have a lot of stuff there so that then Google can go to your page and see what is relevant and what it is about. And we talked about this. Let me just open up the other websites. We talked about this for Brands Upholstery. We talked about this for Alex Orchard. It's really important that you have content repeated, localized content, addresses, prices, all that information should be there on the page. That then Google can build this network of information about your business, and it will highlight it on Google search, Google Map search, and not just Google, also Bing and the other services like that. All right, so I see you already have some stuff on the Q&A. Let's go there. If you guys have any questions, now's the time to pop them up. Karen asked, what's the alt text for images? So if you go there, someone was answered. So the alt text for the images, I can show you an image. Let me try and find one. The alt text is the alternative text for an image. So this is what computer reads because they can't see the images, they can't understand what's there. So it should be a description of what's in the image. And if you use a system like WordPress, you can write what is the alt text, the alternative text for each image that you upload to your website. So in this case, you would just write red strawberries or yummy strawberries from our orchard in where is it? In Ontario. So adding this text written there on the image, associated with the image, will again help Google understand what the image is about. And even for accessibility, if you have someone that's a blind person and seeing the website, they can see what's there, and that's basically what Google understands and what search engines understand. It's not what's in the image, but what you describe what the image is about. Let me know if this answers the question, Karen, or if you need any further explanation. What's there on the chat? So we have Adam here, so you already get us the feedback. Should be done. So